Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today, we are going to be ranking the big three roller coasters here at Canada's Wonderland.
Behemoth, Yukon Striker, Leviathan. So let's start with the tallest roller coaster at Canada's Wonderland. We are talking, of course, about Leviathan, with its highest peak being at 306 feet tall. And let me tell you, it's pretty freaky once you're up there, looking down at the world below right before you take the plummet, sending you down the track, reaching incredible speeds of up to 148 kilometers per hour. Not to mention, you'll get some serious airtime on this ride, meaning that you will feel yourself being lifted from your seat. And considering there are no shoulder harnesses, that can be a pretty freaky sensation. In terms of safety restraints, the Leviathan cars come equipped with a seat belt and a lap bar. But don't worry, you won't fall out. Leviathan is made by Bolliger and Mabillard, which is a widely recognized top-tier roller coaster company, and is responsible for innovating and pioneering many different types of roller coasters. The only really negative aspect about Leviathan is that it's just over way too soon. The total ride time from drop to station is only about a minute long, but it is one exciting minute, that is for sure. Let's check back in with me in real time.
All right, just got off of Leviathan. What an amazing ride that is. 15-minute wait. Basically a walk-on, so thrill factor is pretty high on this ride. The speed that I think is unmatched by any of the roller coasters here in the park. It's a consistent fast speed too. It's not just like the drop, it goes fast the whole time. In terms of theming, I would say that they try a little bit. I mean, it's kind of got like a bit of a medieval theme. It's in the medieval fair section. The ride cars do have like the kind of Leviathan face at the front. The queue is always going to be a little longer for Leviathan. And it's not overly themed. It's just a bunch of teal colored holes, nothing too spectacular. So in terms of intensity, I'm gonna give Leviathan an 8 out of 10. In terms of theming, which is gonna include the ride cars as well as the queue and everything else, I'm gonna give Leviathan a 5 out of 10. In terms of smoothness, the ride is super smooth from the drop all the way to the end. So for smoothness, I'm gonna give Leviathan a 9 out of 10, super smooth. And as an overall score that kind of factors in the intensity, the thrills, the length of the coaster, and all the above, I will say that Leviathan scores a 9 out of 10. All right, so next up is the Yukon Striker. One of my absolute favorite rides here. Let's see how it ranks in comparison to the almighty Leviathan.
Now, Yukon Striker is actually the shortest of the big three roller coasters, but don't let that fool you. It does feature a height of 223 feet, which it sends you down at an almost 90-degree angle at 130 kilometers per hour. And immediately after the free fall, you are thrown into a massive inverted corkscrew loop, which is the first of 4 inversions you'll experience on this ride. And despite all these twists and turns and loops, Yukon Striker is a super smooth ride, and this roller coaster is also manufactured by Bolliger and Mabillard. The theming for this ride is top-notch. This is without a doubt the most heavily themed ride in the entire park. Throughout the queue, you'll find themed elements to fit the aesthetic of Frontier Canada, the area where this ride is located in the park. And the coolest thing by far is the moving bins system. Before boarding the ride car, you'll be asked to store your loose belongings in one of the moving bins. And when the ride is over, the moving bin will bring you your belongings on the other side of the platform. The ride cars do have an over-the-shoulder harness system, which provides a great deal of security when you're dangling over the 223-foot edge. And while I don't really have much negative to say about Yukon Striker, I will say that it does front-load its excitement. And what I mean by that is that the ride starts off with a huge drop, it immediately goes through its 4 inversions, and then it just kind of stops delivering on the intensity and becomes more of a standard roller coaster experience. Well, let's check back in with me in real time.
All right, just got off the Yukon Striker. What an amazing ride. This is, I think, the most intense ride here at the park. In terms of theming, they do a great job at the queue. Everything has got this kind of Frontier Canada vibe to it. Definitely a 10 out of 10 on the theming for this one. In terms of intensity, this one is also a 10 out of 10. That drop is intense, and that loop is also intense. In terms of smoothness, it is super smooth. So for smoothness, 9 out of 10. And overall, factoring in everything about this ride, from its intensity, its thrill factor, its duration, its smoothness, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. See, the problem with this ride is it goes too big, too hard, too fast. You get that drop, you get the inversions, but then at the end, it kind of peters out, and you get the what I call the last hurrah, which is really a very mild roller coaster experience. All right, next up, the last of the big three, Behemoth.
And here we are at Behemoth, the second largest of the big three at 230 feet tall. Behemoth is another Bolliger and Mabillard creation. The first drop takes you 230 feet in the air, then it sends you back down to Earth at 125 kilometers per hour. The ride has lots of scenic views to enjoy, and while the ride doesn't have any inversions, it does have some fun twists and turns, but the majority of this ride is pretty much an up and down motion, which I heard can be rough for those who are prone to motion sickness. There's really not much in terms of theming when it comes to the queue area. It's just a sort of standard waiting area with metal fences. And there's really not much theming over at the load-in platform either. And the ride vehicles here look almost identical to those of Leviathan, just with different placement for the seats, but also not really themed in any kind of obvious way. But this ride still manages to be pretty exciting and makes for a great entry-level hypercoaster for those that might be a little apprehensive of rides like Yukon Striker and Leviathan. Let's see what I had to say after taking the Behemoth for a spin.
All right, just got off of Behemoth. In terms of intensity, there's no inversions. It doesn't have a humongous drop. It does have a big drop, but it's not the same as the Yukon Striker's drop. So I would say in terms of intensity, I'm going to give this one a 7. In terms of smoothness, it's pretty smooth. It's not super janky or anything like that. However, Yukon Striker and Leviathan are definitely smoother. I'd give this one also a 7 out of 10. In terms of theming, there's not really a lot going on outside of just kind of the name being there. It's a yellow track. It's like a yellow coaster. Really not much theming going on. So score's pretty weak on that side. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. And I would say for just the overall ride experience, factoring in all the factors we've mentioned, as well as the track length, which is actually pretty long, and the smoothness and the thrill factor and all that stuff, I would go ahead and give this ride a 7 out of 10.
And the results are in. Here are the big three roller coasters at Canada's Wonderland ranked. In third place, Behemoth, Yukon Striker in second, and Leviathan taking first place.
So there you have it. That is the big three roller coasters at Canada's Wonderland ranked. Let me know what you think. Which ones do you enjoy the most and why? And remember to like and subscribe for more Canada's Wonderland related content. And thanks for watching.